Yo, what up, folks? This is your pal Chokepoint with Yard Sale Gaming, and you have just watched the Street Fighter 7 teaser trailer. That's right, Hatcom has surprised us all and gone ahead with a whole new game in the storied franchise. Most people assumed it would be a Street Fighter 6 Professional Edition, but here we are. And here to help me break down what this trailer could mean for the future of Street Fighter is an absolute living legend on the fighting game tournament scene, Grimbot.
What? It's your boy Grimbot. I'm going to come to you with the absolute hottest goss about the new Street Fighter 7.
And it is a pretty hot trailer because it's mostly just fire. But before we get into it, make sure and like this video, subscribe to the channel, and comment down below how pumped you all are for Street Fighter 7. Okay, now obviously, this is just a cinematic trailer, so no actual gameplay, just kind of disappointing.
Yeah, it's very disappointing.
And the trailer itself is only 16 seconds long, so it's really hard to say anything definitive about the game at this point.
But, I mean, that's why you're tuning in here, because I might have seen some things that your average viewer might not.
Yeah, that's exactly why you're here. We're glad you're here. Glad to have you. A living legend, like I said. Like, the Grimbot, folks. I mean, you all know. Like, I don't have to explain this to you. This is Grimbot.
I just want to thank you, man, for having me on your show. And, you know, everybody listening in, you know, you gotta support them. I want just, you know, smash that like button, comment down below what a fucking baller this person is.
Thank you. I really appreciate that, especially coming from you, Grimbot. It's so cool to have you here. So, you know, this is our first time seeing the trailer, and honestly, this is actually the first thing we've seen in over 85 hours, so it's actually really exciting. Grimbot, can you run us through what we might be seeing here?
Well, from the looks of it, you know, obviously we see two fists, and you know, the first fist obviously belongs to Flame Boy, but the second could either be Fire Fist or maybe even TorchGal, who hasn't been in a mainline Street Fighter game since Street Fighter 4, so that would be huge.
Now, I'm a huge fighting game fan, but I'm no good at them. I'm terrible. I'm obviously nothing compared to a god like you.
I mean, we're not all out there winning trophies. I mean, it's all I say.
Well, yeah. So what to you personally would TorchGal coming back mean?
I mean, that would be absolutely amazing. I mean, to see her come back. I mean, TorchGal coming back would just be absolutely epic. I mean, we hadn't seen her since Street Fighter 4, and before that, Street Fighter 3, and before that, Street Fighter 2, and of course, we all know that she was such a big part of the very first Street Fighter.
Yeah, so to be perfectly honest, I never played the original Street Fighter or Street Fighter 2.
Whoa.
So yeah, I did. It was before my time. So I mean, and I just haven't gone back to get through the whole catalog. But you know, 3 on, I'm good. It's just the first 2 that.
Yeah, but you're really not going to get the meat of the story unless you go back and play Street Fighter 1 and Street Fighter 2.
Yeah, and I know that the biggest part of fighting games is the story, so yeah, I definitely need to go back and do that, and I apologize to not only you, but to all of you out there for not knowing literally everything about this franchise. I'm deeply apologetic for that. So obviously, again, this is a 16-second trailer. We can't tell much. If we hoped that there would be more details in the official statement, in the press release from Hatcom, That's not going to happen either. This is the press release. Their only statement on this trailer. Quote, Street Fighter 7 will be the newest title in the series and the sequel to both Street Fighter 6 and Street Fighter 5 Punch Masters, which have both shipped over 6.1 billion units. Details regarding the game's content, blood type, and release will be shared at a later date. So that really doesn't give us much to go on either, does it?
No, so I mean, like I said, that's why you really gotta just kind of pull apart what they gave us, and like I said, obviously, like, one of those fists that is absolutely Flameboy. I mean, you can tell, and as a person that is so invested in Street Fighter as just a series that you get really in tune with the nuances of these characters.
Right. So based on this trailer, like it's basically wreathed in flame. Are all the fire type characters coming back in this one? Is that the theme of Street Fighter 7? Is just straight fire?
I mean, that would be awesome, like if that's the direction that they decided to go, but I mean, we're not gonna really know any definitive actualities until they decide to give us the next release.
You're almost an insider. You have gone to more Street Fighter tournaments than anyone who is currently living or dead or in a state in between. Do you have any insider knowledge on what we might be seeing in Street Fighter 7?
I mean, like, just, playing the tourneys and, talking with my bros about, our deep love of this game. And, there's some rumblings that there is going to be a lot more fire in this one.
All right. So a lot more fire.
A lot more.
Just like, you think the entire thing will be fire-based? Like, you won't even really... But there are fists, so it won't be entirely fire, right?
Well, I mean, it'll be fists and fire. Okay. So, like, it's a really good kind of middle ground between those two things, and it makes for, like, a really interesting and very kinetic gameplay.
Yeah, I can see that. Now, in Street Fighter 6, there was a somewhat infamous crossover with the Ham Laser movie franchise, with both Cat Nox and Dr. Misu appearing as fighters. Do you think they'll reappear in 7, or will Hatcom partner with someone else for this one and we'll have some new characters?
I mean, at this point, like, everything is literally just speculation, because they literally gave us a vid clip for this thing. But, I mean, even those of us that are speculating on this, it would be cool to see some of those characters come back and continue their storylines.
Do you think that there is and this has been rumored, and I'm not going to release my sources, but do you think it's going to cross over with Marvelous Miss Maisel?
I can neither confirm nor deny that, but I am winking at you.
And I can confirm that they are winking at me. So, are we going to see Tony Shalhoub launch a fireball?
I mean, stranger things have happened.
That is also true. Okay, so Street Fighter has been traditionally just that. An entire 126-person roster comprised entirely of straight people. But is this finally the entry where the fight gets taken to the straights?
Well, I mean, Hatcom has made it really clear that, there are no gay subtext to the Street Fighter games that, I know a lot of people want to read into, especially, like with a lot of the sweating bods and, these slow panning up and down bodies, watching men sweat, slowly cascade off their body, that there is absolutely no gay subtext to that. And so They just want to, like, just really reaffirm that this is a straight game, no gay subtext.
So this is less a possible taking it to the straights as just paving down any doubt that these characters, all 126, possibly more, are all perfectly straight.
Yeah, all straight. No gay subtext. I mean that. I hear a lot of criticisms. People talking about the lingering, specifically on the lingering on men's body parts, and the conversations between same gendered characters that seem a little bit heated. But you really cannot read any gay subtext into this. It is just straight.
All right. Well, I guess we'll see about that one too. Again, this is a 16-second trailer. We can't determine much.
I mean, we're seeing fists here, and so I see, I know where people can they see the fists, and they can read gay subtext, but there is no gay subtext in Street Fighter.
So Street Fighter 6 was heavily criticized for its DLC practices, including just 2 fighters in the base game and putting story, arcade, horse battle, and Depeche modes in the season pass. Do you think Hatcom has learned from the outcry over that and that 7 will be different?
I mean, every release is gonna be different, and like right now, I know that it's in like preconception, so we really just gotta wait and see. I mean, it's just a waiting game. You really gotta wait and see. I know that there was a lot of complaints about the last one, but the characters that they did release were really great playable characters, and just because, some corporate execs wanted to line their pockets ahead of time, we can't blame them for that. They want the money. So, I mean, like, we cannot blame them for doing that. And that we as players...
We can't blame them because, I mean, at the end of the day, we do live in a society.
We absolutely live in a society. And, that we... as players are not important as the execs that run the gaming companies, just at the end of the day.
Yeah. It's really important that we all keep that in mind and just really tamp down any sort of like self-importance that we might have.
Oh, absolutely. And there's lots of talk about, they don't pay the animators enough. They don't pay the artists enough. But, at the end of the day, the artists and the players, we are nowhere near as important as the execs that are truly making the big decisions in the room.
Yeah. And even like a living legend, a demigod. Demigod? Demigod? Demigod. 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 Demigod? Demigod. Demigod. Like you. Isn't as important as a Hatcom executive, right?
Oh, absolutely not. I mean, I'm out there, busting tail, doing tourneys and, with, ridic hours and everything. But I may have gotten some eviction notices along the way, and things are a little bit tight, and I probably hadn't eaten in 3 days, but none of that really matters, because at the end of the day, it's just the integrity of the game, and the integrity of the game is really due to the execs at Hatcom.
Yeah. The dudes in the t-shirts and the suit jackets, right?
Yeah, because they're like one of us. I mean, they come out and it's a t-shirt and it's a blazer, and they're chill and down to earth. They're just like us, man.
Yeah, they are. Yeah, it's important that all of us just realize that. But like we said, again, this is a 16-second trailer, so we don't know much. They didn't give us a release date. We have no idea even what systems it's going to be released on. One can assume it's going to be MindSpike compatible, but will it also come out for the Dreamcast 12 or the Zenith Commander Z7 smartphone? I mean, do you know, like, is this going to be MindSpike exclusive or what?
I mean, there's been some rumblings that it's probably going to be exclusive, especially since that seems to be like the direction that a lot of new releases are going. So I think we need to wait on that. And, that just because, it makes it, difficult to obtain, at the end of the day, it's still, you still gotta go out there, buy the separate system, get the game to really enjoy the Street Fighter experience.
Yeah. And that is the important thing, is to have the ultimate Street Fighter experience.
Oh, absolutely. Hands down.
So probably not this year, maybe not even next year, maybe not even this decade, but sometime, eventually, Street Fighter 7 will come out. You'll be playing it.
Yeah.
You'll be at the tournaments. So anything else to say about Street Fighter 7?
Yeah, I just, I'm, really excited about it, and, I really can't wait for it to come out. I mean, after, waiting so long, after, Street Fighter 6, and then, it was 7 years before that, we had, Street Fighter 5, and then there was a giant, a 12-year gap between that and Street Fighter 4. And then there was a 32-year gap between that and Street Fighter 2. So it's worth the wait.
Yeah, they really like to space these things out, don't they?
But it's worth the wait. It's all about the story. So, just the integrity of the game.
All right. Street Fighter 7, everyone. Grimbot, thanks for joining us and breaking down this incredible new trailer.
Oh yeah, no man, not a problem. And everybody that's listening in, just seriously, give that like button a smash that subscribe button. Really support everything that you're doing here. It's just awesome.
Thank you. Yeah, everybody, and make sure and comment down below how excited you are, how just fucking jacked you are for Street Fighter 7.
Street Fighter 7!
Alright, this has been Chokepoint with Yard Sale Gaming. Peace.